when you look beneath the surface, what you find are myriad violations that they have chosen to ignore and continue to lie to consumers about their ethical sourcing practices. And if companies are making claims that are unsubstantiated, exaggerated claims like we see here with Starbucks on every box and bag that they sell, if companies go down that path, it's the job of our attorneys general who protect the Unfair and Deceptive Practices Acts and bring cases based on those. It's the job of consumer advocacy organizations like ours to uncover false and deceptive claims that companies are making.
Given that the younger generations are already struggling financially compared to their parents and grandparents, are there specific examples that you're aware of that are happening in the financial services sector that are working with schools and youth organizations to raise greater awareness about online scams? We've talked a great deal about partnership here, and I'm trying to get at, are there actually targeted efforts focused on this younger population?
We have a program called LifeSmarts, which is targeted at high school students. And one of the parts of the curriculum at LifeSmarts is to teach younger consumers, particularly those in high school age, how to spot and avoid scams, including the ones that you just described. So many other things that will help our community that money could be spent on. Instead, we are being sold a bill of goods. We're being told that this stadium will generate 30,000 jobs and billions of dollars in economic development. Let me tell you, that is a bill of goods. That never happens. It hasn't happened before. But Governor Youngkin and Ted Leonsis and JPG and the other stadium proponents want you to believe that they figured out the magic formula that states and municipalities across the country haven't figured out before them. You know, I
things social media companies should be doing to protect consumers.
Well, I don't think the entire onus should be on consumers to report when they've been contacted by a scammer. Imposter scams affect people of every age group, every income group, no matter where you live.
It was
backbreaking labor.
For over 30 years, Reed Mackey has been fighting for stronger federal protections to keep kids from working on farms. He's director of child labor advocacy for the National Consumers League and the Child Labor Coalition.
We have a copy machine around the corner here in the office, and I can't bring in a 12-year-old nephew to work in that copy machine, but that same child can be put on a farm and work 12, 14-hour days.
Research that has been done has found pretty clearly that 20 hours is kind of a cutoff, and when kids work more than that during the school week, their grades start to plummet, and their school completion rate starts to plummet.
It's a bizarre argument to argue that playing team sports is akin to working in a factory or some other dangerous environment. We like kids not to work more than 20 hours a week because that's kind of a cutoff for damage that's done to them educationally.
There's academic research that suggests that when kids work more than 20 hours during a school week, that their grades drop, their school completion begins to plummet. And we really just don't want kids to sacrifice their futures for a temporary gain.
So